The most trending conversation right now in the country is INEC's decision to derecognize the rival leadership faction within the ADC. I'm not discussing this alone. I'm being joined by public affairs commentator and analyst and also a lecturer from Kwara State University, Dr. Sulaiman Hafiz. You're welcome this morning.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Good mornings to all our listeners, and of course, good morning to you.
In line with this, a lobbying firm based in Washington, US, known as Batten-Montague-York, is planning to recommend sanctions against Nigerian politicians and officials of INEC who are attempting to manipulate or undermine the country's electoral process. And the firm said it would recommend the electoral offenders to the office of the US President and the Congress of the US for global sanctions, which includes asset freezing and travel ban. But some quarters will see this as a good development, while some will see it as an unnecessary interference of international bodies or foreign countries over our own affairs. But I would like to know what you make of this development. Honestly
speaking, these are two issues that they are not necessarily supposed to be happening, not at this stage of our Nigerian democracy. But when things like this happen, it is an opportunity for anybody who is a student of history and who love Nigeria to learn so that we can forge ahead. One of the first issues I see is even the way the news was reported. I want to say that INEC did not deregister ADC executive. Derecognize. I don't want to say that.
Okay.
I want to say that, and the way it should be reported, should be INEC derecognized David Mark and former Governor Aregbesola led ADC executive.
Okay.
And the reason is simple. Before they come to that party, there was a national working committee. That is a fact. So I will speak to fact. My personal opinion aside. Now, they negotiated. In my belief, they negotiated with them. I think led by Unwosu, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the negotiation, I don't know how solid it is, but what I know was that a now ruling party tried something similar then. But do you know what they did? They collected the INEC certificate of those parties that became APC. So there was no room. Some party tried to break back, if you remember, CPC then and some other, but they do not have the necessary mechanism. But in this negotiation, they did not fulfill all righteousness, and they allowed the person that they negotiated with to go back to court and try to claim back the mantle of the leadership. As of right now, the chairman of the party and those who came to the party, they failed to do the due diligence.
Now, I understand your point,
you want to do the
but there is another speculation that what if the opposition party might have
you cannot open your back door and claim that you know there are some trespasses that are not trespasses.
Okay, explain.
For instance, you have a plot of land. You did not do bacon, you did not fence. Somebody is passing. Is that a trespass? You have failed to do the right thing. That is the fact. Now, the fact there is that if you want to merge or you want to take over a party, you need to make sure that you bring everybody, at least bring the majority on board and have the next mechanisms, the next instrument, that no single element, the person that went to court has the right to do that. It should have been factored in. That is what it should be done. Now, because that was not done, I'm coming. Because that was not done, we are where we are now. And the person that went to court got a court injunction. So that is a dispute. He has the right of free hearing. I don't think it's too late for ADC.
Okay.
No.
To get it right.
I don't think it's too late.
Then what should they do?
Only if sometimes the first step and the most important step in getting to your right destination is to first agree that you have took the wrong path.
Okay.
If you are going to Jeba from Ilorin and you face offer, you go to Omoko. Once you agree that this is not where I'm supposed to follow, once you agree, that moment you agree, you are a step closer to the right direction.
Okay.
What will you do? You make a U-turn. But if you are still in denial, you keep going AY.
All right.
That is one. Secondly, we may have sympathy to all the parties involved, all the individuals. In fact, we may not even like APC. But one thing I always ask people to, if you want prosperity to judge us well, please don't deny the fact. So how do I mean? The good thing is that with the current situation in ADC, this David Mark led, you understand, National Commission has the majority of members. In my own understanding, I believe that they have already submitted membership list. And from the member list, this is made up of almost 70, if not 80% of the new people.
Okay.
So what they should do, for the interest of the party, we should learn to say sorry. We should learn to say, okay, you are aggrieved, I am aggrieved.
Okay. What exactly do you want?
Let's go on convention. Is it not convention? Let's go there. Okay, for all of us to count, let everybody vote. I am sure, no matter who is bankrolling them, the two new version cannot win the David Mark, Atiku, and Obi and Agbeshola's mighty political.
You feel they have an upper hand?
They have another hand. So you do that. But if you allow these people to drag you in court, their case will be like a Yoruba case. I hope you understand. Yoruba will say some people won't live for. You understand? They cannot. I want to believe that Wara is cheese.
Yeah.
They cannot make that cheese because of their creepiness. They call them Areta or something. But they can easily what? Throw it away. So these people can destroy your destination, but they cannot.
They can't build.
That is the problem. So you have to look for a way. You understand? Yoruba will say Kadobale Farara, Koneka Shikini, Kamaga. You have to pet them. If you kneel for a dwarf, you will still stand up and be bigger than. So that is what I think they should do. Right. That is one. Now the other part of the story is the fact that Atiku Abubakar hired a firm to help him to repair his own reputation.
Yes,
because at the point allegation or speculation or whatever, we knew that Atiku Abubakar cannot go to US. Now by extension, the firm is thinking of sanctioning some individuals or politicians. I feel personally, because I was even wondering why that should make a news. Now another thing is that worrying me, if there can be threatening assets of INEC officials, so it means that even our INEC official has an asset over there.
Probably it has not been revealed.
No, that is what I'm thinking.
It's still a speculation.
I am not saying my opinion now.
Yes,
my opinion is that so they have something there.
Probably
there can be sanction. So I'm also concerned.
And travel ban as well.
And travel ban. So it means that, honestly speaking, God will help our country. The current political situation in Nigeria, sincerely speaking, I just want to think that in everything there are two solutions.
All right.
That is the legal, the right solution, and there is political solution.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of us always advocate for political solution in something like that, because even when we know that somebody has done the wrong thing, we will know that because that person can cause destruction, we should look for a political way to solve it. And what is the political solution? You understand? Is that INEC has to have a way politically, if INEC want to solve it, probably through approaching court themselves, that there should be an expedite hearing, so that the outcome of the court judgment can, or they will give ADC as a party a special extension, because there is a deadline of 1 month.
This recommendation you mentioned, that INEC should probably go to court for the court to expedite their verdict. Don't you think that INEC as a body, as an umpire, shouldn't be involved in taking sides?
This is not taking side. Ordinarily, INEC should not.
Yes.
That was why I say it's a political solution.
They should be involved
about political
in
solution is that sometimes it goes beyond legal or the right solution. Whenever somebody is using the nomenclature political solution, knows that in most cases it should be something that ordinarily should not happen.
As INEC stands now, does their responsibility include ensuring that democracy is being upheld?
Yes. And do you know why this work is very difficult for INEC?
Yeah.
It is because our politicians has make it so difficult.
How?
Thank you very much. In the whole world, we are practicing a rather strange political system. This is one of the places on surface earth that you see people jumping from party. The one first thing you learn as a government student or a high student in secondary school, senior secondary school, is that political has to make up people what the same ideology. Are they not telling us? And you as an individual, you are as good as worthy as your what, as your stand, as your ideology, as your belief.
Some would say it is ideology of interest that Nigerians
no.
have.
That's why I'm saying that when you introduce this nomenclature, you are probably legalizing the wrong thing. What is ideology of interest? What is political solution? My brother, right is right. Go to anywhere in the world. Straight is straight. By the time we are bending, we are already making room for what? For an illegality.